Well, hi, welcome to the Hollywoods. This is Ben on May 12th, 2012. The Sun and Jupiter are going to conjunct tomorrow morning, May 13th at 6 o'clock in the morning, and that should be quite auspicious and should bring out some kind of national event, I would think, like probably flying saucers. As well, we'll discuss that in just a minute. Um, I'm suggesting now, I mean, I'm sure unless you're all asleep, you can see we're in a terrible, terrible situation here. Foreign troops are coming in Texas and up in Oregon and Idaho. Chinese troops are amassing, which is basically, in reality, is a foreclosure on the mortgages from Northern California issued by the Rothschilds. So we just watched a movie a few minutes ago about Bolivia talking about sustained development, and a picture of the IMF guy right there with their big multi-trillion-dollar power plant they can, of course, never pay for, because there they want the lithium just like they do in Afghanistan, except Afghanistan's also got heroin, which is much more of an FBI type business. Anyway, back to the problem. The only guy that seems to be really rooting for us is really with the Orient and the White Dragon Society, called Ben Fulford. He's got a guy named Drake. Either they're really de-engineering the Virginia Mining Company, which is the real true name of America. It's owned by the Queen. She owns Social Security. She owns it all. You've been bullshitted right down to the core. Anyway, I think they're disassociating us from that illegal corporation, which will then render the Federal Reserve as useless and get rid of it. It's a place that rents us our own money and charges us compound interest, then uses that money along with the Queen's money and the Pope's money to promote war. I mean, the Pope is promoting war. And it turns out from some of our remote viewing that our contact with the negative aliens is through the Pope. As I've done videos, you may have seen Ben A. Harris, one word, on YouTube, showing crosses on a lot of the planets, crosses on Mars, crosses on Jupiter. We remote viewed a church in Jupiter. It wasn't Christian, but they had a cross as a symbol that may be universal. Humans seem to have a lot of characteristics. As you look at those videos, you'll see humans on all the worlds. Even caught a kid smoking a hash pipe on Uranus. Can you believe it? I mean, but it's there. It's NASA video. And all right, so back to Ben Fulford and Drake. Well, they're talking about this dissolution, getting us all back on a level playing field. But they got this other guy named Bill Woods and this other thing called Camelot Theater, which is kind of nasty. She's kind of nasty. And this Bill Woods is promoting the Jesus myth. And he's nuts. He's talking about Obama being in the light when Obama is obviously a fraud. All right, so much for that. Um, Jupiter now is at about the 22nd degree, and the Pleiades probably starts, I would guess, at the 23rd degree. So the day after tomorrow, as Jupiter starts going across the last degrees of the Pleiades, this is where those human ancestors come from, the ones Billy Myers talks about, the tall, beautiful humans that are like 7 feet tall, a lot of them, and really gorgeously designed, and they live for thousands of years, and they spend 70 years in school alone. Anyway, the Jupiter will be crossing that span, and the flying saucers are going to be all over, and I think this time they're going to land. I really do. All right, June 13th, we're going to start to see some shifts. Jupiter will now move into Gemini. That'll go into a mutual reception with Mercury and Sagittarius, bringing forth the consciousness of the animals and higher learning and revisions in the law. So look forward for that. That'll be going on for a while. Now, the theater, the kabuki, the I Ching that we're in is Jupiter in Gemini with Uranus in Aries. That's a sextile. And Pluto in Capricorn and square the Uranus in Aries. And Neptune in Pisces. That Neptune in Pisces is affecting people near the end of August, the Leo Virgo cusp, Kobe Bryant, people like that. The guy that played James Bond, those are all August 23rd people. They're all going to be affected, and they have to watch the fine print because someone's trying to pull a fast one on them. All right, some other dates. June 23rd, again, Uranus at 8 degrees Aries will be square Pluto at 8 degrees of Capricorn. That's going to affect people born near the end of March, and the people born around April 1st will be especially affected, along with those born around, January 3rd, 4th, 5th, around in there. Let's see what else we got here. As Saturn leaves Libra, which is getting ready to do, That's a mutual reception with Venus and Capricorn in architecture. So you're going to see new construction coming forward pretty quick. China being a Libra, look how they benefited from Saturn, a fair shake. Not bad, huh? I mean, they've done really well. 300-mile-an-hour trains, big cities. They're going to be controlling the world finances, no question about that. They've got the cash. They've got Kissinger and all the New World Order group from the Rockefeller Rothschild clan fighting to get in there. Now, Saturn will be moving into Scorpio just after that, around October. We'll be going into a mutual reception with Pluto, so we're going to have the Saturn and Pluto. And that'll bring sort of a financial crisis to China. But in the end, they will come out really well because as Saturn goes through a money house, it usually brings you money. Okay, so the USA gets hit by Saturn. See, USA now has several horoscopes. It has its original horoscope, which is a Cancer, and Saturn will be giving a trine to that, which will be bringing up show business. I'll take a look at George Clooney, who was dumb enough to give money to Obama. What is wrong with that boy? Okay, so and then the new horoscope of the United States, the warmonger, Scorpio with Mars and Capricorn, that's going to be getting that Saturn conjunction with Pluto right on the Mars and Capricorn, and it's going to be conjunct the United States, which is a Scorpio by that method. That's the military takeover of this country, which I'm sure you might have noticed. In some of our remote viewing sessions on Facebook, we discovered the bottom of most of these heinous plots is the army itself, but not the soldiers. Some of the soldiers are oath keepers, are great people. Talking about the jerk-off scientists, nuts, coke assholes who are running the thing up on top, with the $5,000 screwdrivers and on and on and on. Okay, so that's about it in terms of the planets. Watch that full moon tomorrow at 6 o'clock. That could really augur some really wonderful stuff. And then I'm going to start doing these podcasts on a more regular basis with the astrology because I see what's going on out there is people reading crap out of textbooks. So this is what you want to watch out for now. I'm going to do some more of these and I'll add in the black holes, which are periods when you just spin, but usually a lot of resources are taken in and sent out. And the asteroids and the trans-Neptunian planets and the whole thing weaves a complex weave. But if you really want to understand it, just toss the I Ching.